These are the results of a national survey conducted for Common Cause and a group called Public Campaign. 3/4 of Americans, Republicans and Democrats and independents, support fair elections and public financing. Cuts across party lines, regional lines, and gender. Public financing will only cost us a fraction of what the current system costs. Make no mistake, if you're listening to this and saying, why in the world would we want any tax dollars to go to campaigns? Let them pay for it themselves. The harsh reality is America pays for the way we fund our campaigns. We are sustained on both sides of the aisle unless you are a self-funding millionaire. We are sustained by special interest groups and wealthy donors. Now, I ask for those contributions because I'm not a wealthy person. I do my best to come here and vote my conscience, but the fact is there is always a suspicion when I cast a vote that it's because I received a contribution. How much will this cost? About $1.4 billion a year, $2.8 billion per election cycle. About as much as we spend in 1 week on the war in Iraq is the amount that it would cost us to publicly fund all House and Senate campaigns. People who say the public shouldn't have to pay for elections miss the point. We're already paying for them in the hidden ways that favor incumbents and special interest. We pay when special interests are allowed to literally write their own bills. We pay every time a line is slipped into a bill anonymously, a big bill behind closed doors giving some well-connected corporation tens of millions of dollars in tax breaks. Fair elections aren't just better than what we have now. Ultimately, they are less expensive to the taxpayers. Mr. President, it's been a century since Teddy Roosevelt challenged Congress to get to the heart of the problem and get the special interest money out of the public's elections. 100 years ago. The American people do understand what's at stake. They understand our democracy is in trouble because special interest and big donor money are choking the system and preventing us from facing up to the big challenges of our time. I want to say for the record what I've said on this floor before. In the midst of the corruption and scandals, I want to make it clear the overwhelming majority of men and women serving in Congress in both the House and the Senate, those serving today and those I've served with over the years, are honest, good people trying to do the best in public service. I'm not suggesting otherwise, but the way we finance our campaigns is unfortunately forcing many of us into compromising situations which are becoming increasingly difficult. The American people are ready for fair elections. Fair elections already work in several states, and after a century, it's time for the Senate to accept President Teddy Roosevelt's challenge. Buy back our democracy from the big donors and special interest and make fair elections the law of the land. Mr. President, how much time do I have remaining on the previous order?
The senator's time has expired.
I thank the President. I see another senator on the floor, and I yield the floor.